read this again.
Folks, it's getting juicy, okay? Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today's video is definitely unique in that I have not seen any of the footage you're about to watch. For those of you that are new to this channel, I recently finished my very first novel titled All That's Forgotten, and I'm about to begin the query process for it, which is going to be a very long process, as I am fully aware. But before all of that, I wanted to send it off to two of my closest writing friends and friends in general, Kiara and Sarah, for them to read. And they have filmed their reactions and their thoughts on my book to share with you guys. And I haven't even seen it yet, so we're all watching this for the first time together. To go along with this video, I actually have a very exciting treat for you guys, and that is the first few chapters of my novel are posted right now on Inkit, and you can go and check them out and kind of read along, at least the beginning, with Kiara and Sarah in this video. So I'm really excited about that. This is the first time that anyone is truly getting to read my book that isn't a beta reader or my editor or me or my family. So I'm thrilled. I cannot wait to hear your guys' thoughts on those first few chapters. Without further ado, here is Kiara and Sarah reacting to my fully completed, fully edited, fully done novel. Let's do it.
Hi, I'm Kiara. It's been a while since I've been on the channel, and I'm normally not even on this side of the camera, so it's a little weird, but I'm very excited. I'm going to show you guys my little setup. I don't have a viewfinder, so I have zero idea what I look like, so I hope this is acceptable. Ignoring the mess, this is where you guys will be sitting. A pile of books that I have definitely read. That's a full lie. I am very behind on my reading. But I'm very excited because, there we go. All That's Forgotten. And it's, oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So here we go. Title page. I read Kate's zero draft. And by zero draft, like, I don't even think she had edited it yet. It literally, it was like fresh off the press. And I was so excited to read that. And I thought that was great. And now I get this, like, titles changed. I've heard plot stuff has changed. I don't know. I'm excited. I have my water. I have my snacks. I am so stoked to start reading. So I know some of the characters. I really don't know how much has changed since I read this. I typically read like contemporary, a lot of romance. I mean, if you guys saw my stack of books right there. That's fairly up my alley. So like, I do like some fantasy. Honestly, if it's good, I'll give it a try. And so I think this is something that I would read normally, which is what makes me even more excited. And I just keep seeing the words, so I need to start reading.
Hi, my name is Sarah, and I'm a friend of Kate's. I actually met her through Kiara because Kiara and I are writing our own book, and now Kate just can't get rid of me. I also mod on her Discord, so if you're in there, hello. This is a face for the name. And I'm going to be reading All That's Forgotten. Kate gave it to me to beta read. A bit about me and my interest in books. I love a good fantasy. I love anything where the heroine isn't afraid to speak her mind, and I've also just recently been reading a lot of very trashy mafia stories. So I kind of feel like I've been eating junk food for like the past 2 weeks, and now I'm excited for something with an actual plot. So that's exciting. And I'm very proud of Kate. Without even reading it, I'm proud of Kate. I think this is incredible. I mean, like, literally look at it. And she gave us little sticky notes throughout the book, so I'll be pausing to start giving my reactions. I think this is good lighting.
we'll see. And also just recording anything else I find interesting. It is currently 11:12 in the morning. I got a very late start. So without any further ado, I'm just gonna get started, and I'm so excited. Okay, hi, sorry. I opened up the binder and turned the first page of the manuscript and forgot to say that I actually have never read this book. Kiara probably will talk about how she read a draft of it early on. This is my first time, so I'm a completely new reader to this, which is very exciting. And my initial thought is I'm very excited. I know there's magic in it, and that's about it. Okay, now I'm gonna start reading. Sorry.
This prologue is entirely different than the prologue that was here when I first read her zero draft, and this is fun. I need to come up with more adjectives than just this is fun or I'm excited, but right now that's all I got.
Page 7. Within 5 years, I managed to work, educate myself, and survive using only a library card, determination, and sheer fucking luck. That's all I just really liked.
I'm on page 10, and we're about to get into like the creation story, and I love the way that Katelin did this, because it's like told in a flashback that doesn't really feel like a flashback, even though it is. I just need to keep reading.
Okay, so I'm on page 23, and Kate says, "Film here. Would love to get your initial thoughts on this interaction." So I'm just gonna go for it. I am so excited for this.
We met the boy.
I know I shouldn't like him, but I do. Punch him in the face. I'm sold. Like the first the first few chapters sold me on this. Like I was already invested, but now I'm like very invested in this story. Also memoir. Yeah. I'm obsessed. I want to be her friend.
I feel like I'm gonna be so bad at this because I read and I get so focused. Sarah loves to theorize while she's reading, and I'm someone who, when I'm reading, my brain just like flips a switch and it's off. She's no longer present. I'm only in the book. And so to come out of the book and then like talk about things or react to things is so difficult for me. Although I do have like facial expressions, but I'm excited.
I am so excited to have all my questions answered. There's nothing in here so far that I'm like confused about. It's like that good confused where you're like, I know that like I'm gonna figure this out. And like we've had a conversation before, and I don't know if maybe this has come up in a video that I missed, but I'm a type of reader who theorizes.
Sarah loves to theorize.
And I realize that not everyone does that, but like I'm trying to figure it out. And so I'm trying to just go into it like along for the ride, not trying to think about what might happen. And I think as I learn more about the eighth domain and the world, like it's going to be harder not to theorize because I will get more comfortable with it. Because right now I'm just like enjoying it. But like I want to know the answers. I'm on page 40 and Kate has a film here sticker. Straight into the burning fire.
Oh.
Bro! That's cold. I mean, he pushed her into a fire, so it's not cold, but you get my drift. Fighting for everyone who has been made to feel inferior by those in control. Damn! I'm gonna read that again. I'm fighting for everyone who has been made to feel inferior by those in control. I'm really about this.
That scene is so much better than the first time I read it. Because I remember in the zero draft, I was just a little confused. I hadn't quite placed myself in the world yet, so I couldn't fully figure out what was going on. That was good. That was good, Katelin.
Page 63, Kate asked, how do we feel about Estelle? It's been interesting. I just like can't imagine being one of the most powerful people in this world and having like a powerless daughter. I don't know. I guess I don't know enough about Estelle to whether if it's like she's disappointed in her daughter, which is like I don't know whose fault is that. Like I don't think I'm a fan of her. But I also think that like there's definitely a reason that she pulled away. And I think there's a reason for a lot of the things she's doing. So I'm like willing to give her the benefit of the doubt. There just has to be a reason. Both like Laya and her mom and Estelle just don't seem like people that do things without a reason.
So Estelle, so knowing what I know from the Zero draft, it's hard because I don't like her. I don't like some of her choices, but knowing slightly how it ends, I understand why she has to be the way that she is. Like, it all ends up making sense, but the whole, like, I'm not gonna tell you things, you're not ready, I can't fully trust you is ridiculous.
I'm on page 66. Kate, this prose is just beautiful. Images were ripping through me as indistinguishable shreds of broken memories. Hello? That's gorgeous. Wait. Yeah, okay, there he is. Yep, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm already obsessed. Are you? I squinted my eyes to make sure I was truly talking to Kalor and not entirely mistaken. Poking fun at me? He shoved his hands deep into the front pockets of his dark pants. Yes, I am actually.
Page 66. Going home after a long time of being away is a feeling that Katelin has done a very good job at capturing in this part of the book, definitely. Like, especially. I just got like goosebumps. Oh, this part of the story.
Folks, it's getting juicy, okay? Invested. Page 72. I can just picture it happening in my head. Kate, you've done a very good job of, I feel like I am in it. Like, I am living through it. I get lost a lot daydreaming about, like, the dresses and the houses and what it would be like to be in school at the academy. Heavily invested. Even if it wasn't written by UK, I would be heavily invested.
Hi, the camera battery is currently charging. And I think we might have another cat join us. Yep. Lovely. Anyway, wait, so they used the money stuff to pay for everything, even food, and then Leah going, I nodded, taking a sip of yet another drink. They call it capitalism. I laughed out loud.
Capitalism. Fun. We get to see Leah's, a little insight into Leah's life when she was in the real world, which is our world, which is why I was laughing about capitalism, because in the eighth domain, they don't use money. They don't have currency, things just exist. I love Mem. She's so cute. I think that's the writing group. Our little writing Discord. It is. You guys should join. Discord link will be down below.
Okay. This is page 97. Divinius sounds so cool. He sounds like an OG, like, good guy.
Oh, this is gonna make me cry.
He said to me the whole time, you may not have powers, Amabilia, but you are powerful within. Stop. Your soul is strong, and at the very end of the day, after the ceremonies are finished, you will always have that. What?
What? Let me read this again. There's some drama.
Kate, what?
Yikes.
Okay, page 104. I'm not gonna theorize. I'm not gonna theorize. I'm not gonna theorize. Intransient. I don't know that word, Kate. I'm gonna have to look that one up later.
Intransigent. We love a vocab word.
Okay, so I'm on page 110. And Kate said to film, but also like just like 100-page check-in. Loving the relationships. I also think the pacing's very good. Like, I feel like it's an equal amount of, like, it makes sense that so much is happening in such a short amount of time, with also feeling like I'm in the world without being like rushed through it. I would have loved a map. I do feel like I'm kind of confused about how big and how close everything is, but I can also like picture the places in my head. I love the flashbacks. Every time they come across one of those, I really enjoy them. You know, like sometimes there's a flashback and you're like, okay, but like there's action happening in the present. Like I want to get back to the present. I'm not feeling that. I feel like each one I'm very invested in hearing about what happened in the past. I'm trying really hard not to theorize. I'm trying to just be in the moment and just like read. I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of hard because it's just not my nature just to let it happen. I want to think about what might happen next.
Okay, I'm on page 110. This is so good. I'm very much invested in the story. I really like the characters, and even the ones I don't like, I'm intrigued because you want to know what's going on. I just want to keep reading. I don't want to check in, Katelin. I want to keep reading.
Okay, so I'm on page 113. I love these kind of relationships. I'm like not hamming like my reactions up for the camera. Like these are very genuine. Okay. Page 123. Filmed to the end of the chapter. The art of uncovering the forgotten. Seems pretty spot on. I do love that Leah continuously tries to lie to Memar, who can read her mind. I think it's pretty great. It's pretty funny. Kate, what? Terrified, but with a feeble glint of desperate humor. Good. I like that. Uh-huh.
Page 123. She should have brought her phone with her to the 8th domain. I don't know if she did. I assume she didn't. But imagine all those people whose like most updated sense of technology is from the early 1900s. Imagine them looking at a cell phone. Like you keep to charge long enough for them to be able to hear like Nicki Minaj. They wouldn't know what to do with themselves. I love when Mem gets like fiery and she gets frustrated and she's not afraid to tell it like it is. The way Leah feels these emotions is just... Kate writes this so well. Like, I feel this. I'm stressed. I feel like I'm on a cliffside screaming into the wind.
Page 132, literally seconds after I ended the last video, and he's like in her room. I just can't wait to find out everything. Page 155. I will say sometimes I get very confused about what she's wearing. Like, has Leah gone back to the pastels and the gowns? I mean, she did for the festival, but now she's wearing a sweatshirt. Like, she packed a bag, like that's mentioned.
Okay. I'm on page 171. I do hear a cat coming, so that door's gonna pop open any minute. Here we go. Oh, he's making pasta from scratch. Okay. Flex. Is that sympathy I hear? I'm gonna go. Right now? Right now is the time to do that.
I'm on page 171. I have a film here sticky. I think I'm about halfway through, if not a little over halfway. The oven is preheating for my samosas, and I'm very excited. We're like slowly starting to learn things. Leah's eyes are being opened a little bit. Okay. She's at his house. Or like mansion, if you want to call it that. See, this is one of those moments where like it makes sense. I wouldn't say this is a miscommunication trope, but it's definitely Leah not wanting to expose things about herself. And if she just said things, then stuff would be resolved. But I know that's not what like happens. We're supposed to have the tension. We're supposed to see how things play out. But I'm like, I just want them to be friends again. When he said he was making pasta, he literally made pasta. Like flour, eggs. But I forget they don't just have like pasta from Trader Joe's that you can throw in a pot. Oh, God. I can't wait for all of you guys to read this one day because it's great. They're so cute. Like, all they're doing is talking as friends. Like, nothing's happening here. This is just me being very dramatic because I love them and I'm happy that they're having a happy moment. Page 206. I think one of my favorite things about this book is how the main character and her friends have to dissect the history of the place that they live and how they begin to learn that everything that they've ever learned, not everything they've ever learned, but a lot of the things that they learned growing up were just complete lies, total fallacy to convince everyone that the place that they were living is where they should be and where they were safe and that everywhere else is evil. Some social commentary, if you will. I know what's happening, and I still just got chills. We're getting answers. So initially, the title of this book was The Naturalists, which is a type of people in this like magical world, a type of power that you can hold. And Kate changed it to All That's Forgotten. And I feel like that title works so perfectly because not only are there things that are forgotten on like a personal level, but there's just so many levels of like things that are forgotten with time or things that are purposefully made to be forgotten with time. And then we get to remember. Okay, so I'm about to start page 214 and I have a note that says continue to film until next sticky note, but I think I'm going to take my dinner break and come back. This is what we're looking at right now. This is what I have left to read.
I'm on 214 and Kate says to continue to film until the next sticky. So I will. Chapter 19. Kate. It's so cute. It hurts. Listen, this hurts, Kate. Like, this hurts. There's a little cute little sticky note that says keep going. You can't stop me. Are they still in his house with his mom home?
I'm on page 214. We are also now filming on my phone because I need to charge the camera. And this next part that Kate is telling me to film is 55 pages. So here we go. This was written especially for me. It's flipped. This one's for my friends to lovers fans. Keep reading. I'm here, I'm reading. This got me the first time when I read the zero draft, and when I was talking to Kate earlier, she was like, I added stuff, and I was like, oh no. Oh. I'm not crying yet. I'm just sniffly because the samosas were spicy. Leah coming back with her little feistiness that I don't agree with, ma'am. Listen. His mom just interrupted them. Oh, that was funny. That was good. Whenever I read Caller, I almost picture Draco Malfoy. And I know that's not what he looks like. But that's some of the energy that I get. But like a Draco Malfoy I don't want to murder. Like a Draco Malfoy that I love and would die for. That's what cycles through my brain.
254, Kate's sticky note, shit, meat fan. God, okay. Chapter 24, the answers. Finally, I'm here for them. Let's go. I guess my question is like, is this town that they're in the only town in the 8th domain? Like, how big is the 8th domain? I do not agree with Estelle's actions. Like, I get that, like, I get her motive behind them, but I just don't agree with them. Which I think that's the point, but.
Shit meat fan. It's nice to get some of these flashbacks because there are some characters in this book that have since died. Like, died before the timeline of this book begins. But are so critical to the book's existence that now you get to see these people in like real time rather than through memories. That's her fatal flaw. Estelle's fatal flaw. She thinks that she has to do everything on her own and that nobody else can help her and that her decisions are always the correct and proper one. And I understand how she probably got to that point, having the powers that she does and being the most powerful person to have those specific sets of powers. But she ruined a lot of shit in the process. And I think that's something that Leah hates that about her mother, but she's also inherited a little bit of it. Not them gaslighting this woman. Not that.
Okay, back from dinner, in a new spot. I'm on page 280 at the bottom where Kate says to film here. So I will begin reading. Wait. Hold on, I gotta reread that.
Page 280. Ooh. The last answer. We got it. So I wasn't told to film here. I'm on page 297. But I just need to say that Toby is a really good friend, and he's wise. and I'm emotional about it. Page 302, filming chapter 29. There's not a lot of pages left. I hate this when, like, you get so into reading and then all of a sudden you look up and you realize you have like 20 pages left of the book. And it's like, I'm not ready for it to end. And I know there's not a sequel yet to this book because Kate has not written it yet. And so it's like, I get to the end and then I just have to, like, be sad about it.
Just about to start reading chapter 31, but just my thoughts. The plans are good. Like, I think they're all believable. And they're all, like, not only are they believable in terms of, like, the motives, but also in, like, logistically, it makes sense that they could pull this off. And clearly they did. I love it. I'm trying to think of it if I have any unanswered questions that are, like, big, but I don't think I do. Like, that explains pretty much everything. That, like, wow. Crushed it.
This shit's about to pop off. I love when someone gets called a fool. Like, you fool. It's just, it's a very lighthearted but impactful insult that we should use more often. Now everybody knows the truth.
I'll just
Okay, I've not read that epilogue yet, but just the last words of the last chapter. It's like obviously there's more to come from this, but, like, there is a nice little bow on this part of the story. Epilogue time. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm almost done.
okay. It's the epilogue.
Wait, hold on. I skipped ahead and then I need to read. Hold on. See, like, I need the second book, like, immediately. This epilogue, I'm gonna expose her real quick. This epilogue took her so long to write, and she wrote many epilogues before finally landing on this one. And I think it's great. I'm like, I need to know what happens next. I'm so mad that I'm finished.
I kind of got emotional there at the end. It's so good, Kate. And again, like, you heard me have questions. Like, I didn't just read this knowing I was gonna be in love with it. Like, it's very honest reactions throughout, and I'm kind of upset that you gave this to me early, because now I have to wait to find out what happens. It's just so good, dude. Just so much, like, I just want to know so much more, you know? And it's not from a fault of yours, but more of just, like, it's just good, you know? Like, I just want more. Like, I want to be in the world longer. But this is good. It's great. It's a literal novel. Like, it's not a draft. Like, this is I, like, read a book today, you know? And I loved the characters. I loved their motives. I loved the world. And now you just have to give me more. Like, I'm gonna be insatiable until I find out what happens next. Now I don't know what I'm supposed to do for the rest of the day. I guess evening. But this was kind of too good to go read another trashy mafia book. So I think I'm just gonna go have a book hangover. Am I one of the first people to have a book hangover from All That's Forgotten? I do feel very special about that.
Here I am with Kiara's final thoughts on All That's Forgotten and just this beta read. I really like this book. I really love the story. I think there's like the magic system and the history of the world that Kate has created is so cool. And it just makes sense, but it's also new. I love the friendships and just the relationships, both the good and the bad ones, between all of the characters. And I really love the characters too. I mean, you guys saw me get very emotional over many of the characters. And it's just, I don't know, it's just done very well. Again, just the theme of memories and remembering things and forgetting things, and how there can be collective memories and personal memories, and how people's thoughts about the past so heavily influence what they're doing in present time and what they're going to do in the future. There's that whole theme in this book is so cool, and it really gets you thinking about, honestly, I would say like the personal memory versus the collective memory versus like interpersonal memories and interpersonal relationships and like the personal history you have with people, and also like how to forgive and what things should be forgiven and what things shouldn't be forgiven. Katelin, I'm so proud of you. Like, I know I'm not even gonna re-record that because I feel like that was a very genuine sentiment. Katelin, I'm so proud of you. And like, I love this book and I can't wait for more people to read it and to love it like I do, and to get to meet all of these characters and get to see this world and get to have all of these thoughts and reactions. Look at you. This is a good ass novel, and I know that people are going to love it. People that aren't just me. I promise I'm not telling you this just because I love you. I'm telling you this because the book is good, and this is something that I would read, and I want to know what happens next, even though I don't think you know what happens next. We'll find out what happens next, and I can't wait for that moment.
Filming an outro for this is so weird because I haven't seen the video, but I hope you liked it. If you did, then give it a thumbs up, and if you're not already, then subscribe to this channel because I will be documenting the entire query process from start to hopefully finish. Who knows? As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. Now go write something and read my book.